As we celebrate Women's History Month, a leader in the mental health field who has spent more than 3 decades serving the people of New York State. Currently, Dr. Phyllis Ross is the commissioner of the Medical Review Board at the New York State Commission of Correction. Her longtime commitment to public service is now being recognized with an award named in her honor. Thank you so much for being with us, Dr. Ross.
And
what a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
You've been a busy lady. Reading your biography, it seems like you've had your fingers in a lot of different pots over the years.
Yes.
But most of it has been focused on public service.
Yes.
And you are a psychiatrist.
Yes.
By training.
Yes.
Public service and mental health. When you started out, is that the direction you knew you were headed in, or is that where your heart led you?
Well, at first I was a pediatrician. Mm-hmm. Then I thought, you know, it's very important to look at the mental aspect of disease and the relationships between parents and children. Mm-hmm. So I went back and trained as an adult and child psychiatrist. And at that time, I started really working in the public sector and looking at the children who were most in need and who really had no programs at that time in the public schools for them. And it just has been very exciting for me to work with the seriously mentally ill or physically ill people wherever I'm located.
You're feeling that not enough attention gets paid to mental health.
Yes, absolutely. And we continue to struggle with that today in the corrections system, because we have increasing numbers of mentally ill people who are now in the jails and prisons. Because
I think before, years back, we actually were paying for them to be taken care of in facilities specifically focused on that.
Yes, that's true.
And now
they were released, I guess is the word used, into mm-hmm. the community with the hope that community services would pick up the slack and people could be treated in the community. It was all well intended. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, there's never enough money.
Especially these days.
Yes, and so my being at Ethical Culture, and I think why the award is because being in the system, I could see, you know, I had a good bird's eye view about what the community could do mm-hmm. to be helpful to supplement and complement the work of the hospitals and clinics and services.
Now, you mentioned the New York Society for Ethical Culture.
Yes.
Which you've been an active member, so active, and they're so appreciative of the great work that you've done over the years that yes. they have named an award after you.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Well, it's the Dr. Phyllis Ross Public Service Award, and it is for people who are working in the public service field as public servants like I am, mm-hmm. To recognize the good things that they do. They're always attacked for what they don't do, but when they do get things accomplished, I think they should be identified, recognized, and praised.
My understanding is that they actually wanted to give you an award, but you said, no, you can name it after me, but I don't need it.
Well, you know, I said I didn't need another public service award, and then they said, well, how about if we name it?
That's got to be an honor to make you feel good about your life's work.
It was wonderful.
Now, there's an event coming up, the Champions of Change event, and the award is going to be given to former Mayor David Dinkins.
Yes.
And how do you feel about that?
I think that he is a perfect selection. Number one is because he has an interest in children and youth, and when he was mayor, he was very helpful in increasing the services for them. I think that what he did for the tennis and getting that whole new stadium, I think that he started with cleaning up Times Square, and he's a wonderful person, including, of course, safe streets mm-hmm. and safe cities. He started that. I think he is a terrific person.
Terrific choice to exemplify all of those wonderful qualities that you yourself live with every day. Now, this event is coming up. If you want the date of the event.
April 3rd, and it's at 6 p.m., and it's at the New York Society for Ethical Culture, 2 West 64th Street.
Right down the street from our studio, so
yes.
We're actually neighbors. And anybody
yes.
interested in buying tickets, we've got the website there on the screen.
Oh, terrific. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Harrison Ross, for being on the show today.
And thank you so much for
and
having me.
continued success to you. Stay with us.